Day 16. Triple dot. Bit blurry. Slowly opened my eyes. I'm sure if I was in reality or a dream. What time is it? Nighttime. I rubbed my eyes, got up, and checked the clock. To my surprise, it was already late at night. No way. How long was I asleep? My head hurt violently. Maybe from oversleeping. That can happen. Yeah, that can happen. I took some supplements and crawled back into bed. Feel like I could sleep forever. I couldn't bring myself to move. As I curled up in the blanket, I grew sleepy once again. I should be training or strategizing or doing anything other than this. Exhaustion won out. I couldn't find the will to do anything. In the end, I didn't leave my room at all. I fell back into a deep sleep. And so, day 16. At last, Defense Academy passed without getting anything done or happening at all. I think. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, how are you sure of that? You've not done anything. You've not even left your room. What the? A sudden forceful impact connected with the back of my head. That's not good. Like, got any clues as to what's going on or where we even are? Like, is it our room? Not sure. My head aches so badly, I thought it would split in two. Isn't this, if anything, like, based on the colors on the left and right, is this the biolab? I realized I wasn't in bed. I'd fallen on the cold, hard ground.
What happened?
Yeah, I gritted my teeth, through the pain, and opened my eyes. The blurry sight before me was clearly not my room. Is this the biolab? It had the distinct medical smell and the familiar lights used for surgery. Oh yeah, red and blue, yeah. I was sure of it. But what the hell am I doing here? I was sleeping in my room. Gripping my throbbing head, I slowly got up. I need to figure out what happened. Just then I sensed someone by the operating table. Strained my eyes and saw...
Hiruko!
A few feet away, Hiruko had fallen on her backside in front of the operating table. Like, what is going on? How are we here? What?
Hiruko, what are you doing here?
Her expression looked immensely pained, and in front of her... I mean, that's looking like the sponsor again? Just depends what the helmet looks like. Yeah, that's looking like the sponsor. Was someone standing over her, holding a rumbling power saw?
Who are you?
Damn. They were wearing something that looked like a diving suit, their face hidden under their helmet. I immediately knew what was happening as they slowly approached Hiruko. No, she was going to die. I moved before I could even think. I ran toward the strange figure. Thud! I rammed the person holding the power saw with my entire body. Good on you, mate. They staggered for a moment, but quickly regained their footing. Like, I don't even know if I'd do that in that situation. I'd be terrified. It's got a freaking saw. Like, you know, so, like, well done, Takumi. Stay down. I grabbed at them again, trying to get them to drop their weapon. But they were holding on tight, leading to a tug-of-war between us. Let it go. Drop it. I couldn't move too dexterously while I was dodging the blade. And eventually they backed me up near the window. No, they'll kill me. It's do or die. The moment we'd reversed positions, I grabbed them and tackled them as hard as I could. Kick them out the window. Kick them out the window. Oh yeah, well, don't fall out with them, but you know. The glass of the window shattered explosively, and the two of us fell to the ground, still locked in a grapple. I mean, to kick him out the window seemed a better idea than jump out with them. My chest ached as if I'd been crushed. I couldn't breathe properly. But I still got myself on my feet and glanced around. And they were right practically within arm's reach. They silently grabbed the power saw and began to draw closer to me. I need to run or they'll kill me. I ran at full speed in the darkness. Who are they? Why are they doing this? I was clueless, drenched in horrible uneasy sweat. Run, run, run! But where? If I run inside the school, someone else might get hurt. Glancing back at the shadowy figure closing in on me, all I could do was keep running. Eventually, I ended up at... Gasp, pant. Finally stopped, my path blocked by the raging flames. Damn it, where do I run to? I turned on my heel and... I mean... I would normally say kick him in the fire, but that isn't really going to do anything. It'll throw them off though, right? The violently spinning blade of the power saw was slowly getting closer. I tried to back away, but the flames licked at my back. There was nowhere to run. Damn. They raised the power saw, staring at me like they were locked in on their target, and viciously swung it down. I'm going to die. The blade was coming right at me, so I... Okay. Push him away. Like, kick the knees? Like, what options are we gonna get? Take action. Well, I did say we were going to use guides. But I think what we'll do, like with this kind of scenario, like going forward, like with the idea of using guides and stuff, it's like I'll go with like tell you what my thoughts are, and then we'll look at like how I'm meant to proceed. So you have an idea of like what I'm thinking. So my logic would be to kick the attacker, like go for the knees, make them injured at this point. Like, dodge, I don't feel is, like, really gonna help us. Because it's like, well, we dodge, they're just gonna turn. They're quick. Our best form of attack is to kick them, maybe knock them over. So they have to get up and stuff like that, and then we can make a break for it. Dodging, it's like... They're still got a lot of, like, ability to fight back. So as I go with kick the attacker, let's check what we're meant to do. To proceed towards most of the endings, kick the attacker. There we go. The logic is there. The logic is there. Obviously, we will see the other one as well. Keeping the attacker in sight, I adjusted my balance. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like, sweep the leg. Yeah. I let my momentum carry me forward and kick their leg as hard as I could. So that's why I was thinking the knees.
Got you like that!
The figure in the suit lurched and fell, the power saw clattering to the ground. Grabbed the saw.
There!
I didn't waste any time. I grabbed the weapon and brandished it in front of me.
Now it's my turn!
I raised the deadly spinning blades and brought them down on my attacker. Only for them to dodge out of the way at the last second. Yeah, but...
You won't get away!
Oh, he's probably coming. They were sprinting away in the opposite direction now. I tightened my grip on the power saw and ran at them. I couldn't afford to let them escape. If I took my eyes off them for even a second, they'd melt into the darkness, and I'd be at their mercy again. Is that aspect where, like, we know this weapon will work on them?
I won't let that happen.
Conventional weapon and all that. The power saw was weighing me down, though. I'd never catch up to them like this. There was only one thing to do. Whoever this person was, I had to stop them. I tossed the power saw into a nearby bush and broke into a sprint. My chest was tight from how hard I was pushing myself. My legs were so tired they were practically numb. Look at him go. But I didn't stop. I couldn't give up now. I cleared my mind, clear your mind, and ran. Little by little, I was catching up to my quarry. A few more feet, and I'll be right on top of them.
Huh? Where did they go?
What? And I saw them. They were running toward the Academy's main entrance with a sense of definite purpose. That's not good. I put on a last desperate burst of speed, but it wasn't enough. They got ahead of me and made it through the doorway. Damn it, no. In the darkness, I hadn't noticed where they were going until it was too late. Now, thanks to my carelessness, the school's safety had been compromised. I have to hurry. I ran into the school, following the strange figure's footsteps. I didn't give up on catching them. The person in the black suit continued to run around the school. They moved confidently, almost like they already knew their way around. Yeah, we had that sense again from the upper roots as well. Just where are you going anyway? I was still having trouble closing the distance between us. And then they turned a corner and I lost sight of them. Where did they go? No one answered my question. The only sound in the lonely hallway was my own voice echoing. They can't have gone far. I need to keep this up, or else they'll escape completely. I checked every hallway, every classroom, every locker I could find, but the mystery assailant wasn't in any of them. 'Cause it's one of them! They probably used the cover of darkness to slip out of the school unnoticed, which is also possible, yeah. That, or they were still lying in wait somewhere. On this route, I'm trying to remember, like, what places they know about, like, because we know, yeah, they don't know about the secret door, do they? There's that aspect as well. Oh, this is new. I continued my systematic search until I arrived at the boys' bathroom on the second floor. The window was wide open and there was muddy footprints all around it. Oh. They must have escaped through here. That's the only thing that makes sense. Who in the world was that? More importantly, is Hiruko okay? What about the others? I turned to leave and go check. Well, all of a sudden, I felt the inside of my head was getting turned inside out. And then, all the dots, so many dots. I blacked out abruptly and completely, as if a plug had been pulled somewhere in my mind. Day 17. Banana tropes! How did we end up here? My consciousness slowly but surely drifted back from the dark depths I'd fallen into. I opened my eyes and found myself looking up at a familiar ceiling. It's my room. I remember now, last night Hiruko was attacked by someone in a weird suit in the biolab. I chased after the attacker, but I lost them. And then I blacked out. Wait a minute. If I passed out, how did I get back here? I don't remember a thing. Did someone carry me here? And come to think of it, Hiruko, is she okay? Did someone else get attacked? I reflexively sprang out of bed, but then... Ow! The moment I tried to move, a sharp pain shot through my entire body. Guess I did push myself pretty hard last night. Even jumped out a second-floor window. I should have just kicked them out. I don't think I broke any bones, but it still hurts. Looking in the mirror, I was covered in cuts and bruises. It was no wonder moving around hurt so much. Even so, I couldn't stay put and recuperate. There were too many questions that needed answering. Well, I know how you feel, mate. I fought through the pain and made my way to the cafeteria. Arriving in the cafeteria, I did a quick head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! 13. And me makes 14. We're all here. Even Hiruko, the one I've been most worried about, looked fine. Seeing them all here, eating breakfast like nothing was wrong, I heaved a sigh of relief. Yeah, but Hiruko, hello? Thank goodness, everyone's okay.
Hey!
Morning, Takumi! What's the matter? You look all out of breath. Well, wait, don't you guys know what happened last night? Didn't Hiruko tell you? Something happened last night? Do they really not know? How could they not have noticed all the running around and glass breaking? Moko, can you get everyone together for me when breakfast is over? You seem real serious about this. All right, leave it to me. In the meantime, you should eat too. I would say it's all in his mind, but cuts and bruises. Try to relax a little, okay, huh? Sure, thank you. Unless he's seeing things. I left the rest to Moko and tried not to panic as I wolfed down some food. A little later, everyone gathered around a table at Moko's prompting. Is this going to take long? I think I'm heading for a sugar crash. I get them. Terrible. That's what you get for putting a ton of chocolate and ice cream on top of your Dunberry. Wanted to talk to us about something, Takumi? Yeah. It's about last night. I got right into it and began explaining what happened, but something wasn't right. Hey, where's Hiruko? Wasn't she here a moment ago?
Hey!
Oh yeah, she said she wasn't feeling well, so she went back to her room. Indeed. Being around a disgusting tardigrade like me probably made her queasy. I mean, there is some tardigrade-like element to you. Yeah, I would say that, to be honest. Similar shape, you know, especially with that backpack. That could be a problem. Without her, I can't... What, can't get off? Did you get bored of harassing Nozomi and found another girl to set your grubby little hands on? How many maidens will you corrupt before you're satisfied? How indecent. And yet, how intriguing. I demand you tell me more. What are you guys talking about? Anyway, that's not the point. I prefer to have Hiruko around so she can back up my story, but can't exactly go and drag her back here. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll just have to do the best I can on my own. Alright, it's a long story, but here goes. I recounted the events of the previous night so far as my memory of them would allow. Naturally, I started with the strange figure who attacked Hiruko with a power saw. From there, I talked about how we both jumped out of the biolab window, me chasing the attacker after they lost their weapon, only for me to lose sight of them. The others listened in open-mouthed amazement. They probably didn't know whether to believe me or write the whole thing off as a fever dream. But again, you got cuts and bruises, have you not? That just about covers it. Are you serious? All that really happened last night? Hold on, I need a minute to take all this in. My brain kind of short-circuited after you brought in the maniac with a power saw. Is the window in the biolab broken? That would be a way of checking, right? I don't get what's going on either. That's why I wanted Hiruko here, so she could fill us in. Damn, how did none of the rest of us realize all this was going down? The biolab walls have surprisingly good soundproofing, for some reason. You did a good job making it through this ordeal alive, Mr. Sumino. Good to remember that. Soundproofing in the biolab. Yeah, you're a total champ, Takumi. It's kind of scary, though. Just imagine what might have happened if Hiruko... to Hiruko if you hadn't been there. Even if this maniac had made mincemeat out of her, we could have just fed it into the reviver-matic to bring her back. Don't talk about her like she's a sausage filling. Besides, there's a limit to what the machine can do. But what were you doing in the biolab at that hour, Takumi? How can you not remember? Yeah, that is a weird part of it. I can only assume you were drugged or sleepwalking. If you're not making all this up, that is. What, you think I'm the one who attacked Hiruko? I'm just speaking hypothetically. Honestly, I don't see how attacking our teammates would benefit you, so I'm not entertaining the idea too seriously. We won't be able to say anything for sure until we get Hiruko's side of the story. And again, go check if the window's broken in the biolab. Maybe it was some kind of shape-shifting enemy. I mean, there's no one else in the school apart from us. What, a changeling? Or the thing? Nah, the alarm would have gone off if that was it. And the invaders always show up in huge swarms, not one at a time. Does that mean Itaka was one of us? No, that can't be. We've already been getting threats. What if even more freaky stuff starts happening after this? No, impossible. Just like that, the whole room seemed to frost over. Everybody looked uneasy. Hold on a minute. I didn't make it sound like that. But now the possibility's out there. You can't deny it, not unless we all have solid alibis. Or if we catch the real maniac. So, there really is a traitor among us? There's always only one truth, which means... Who was it exactly? This isn't good. At this rate, everyone's gonna start getting paranoid. What can I say to calm them down? But before I could think of anything... Takumi? Takumi, who had been silent throughout the conversation, suddenly began to tremble all over. It's happening! We're fine! Oh.
We're finally getting dragged into a killing game!
I like to sort of like... Like the saliva was filling her throat as she was saying that with the voice actor. Like you could hear it like all right. Getting into it a bit too much. I'd definitely say out of like all the voice actors in this, Takumi's voice actor is like the peak. To be honest, like really going for it at the appropriate level. It's like well done. Well done. Still a shock when it randomly comes in though and throws me off as you saw. There's a murder in our midst, a notorious serial killer. This is the kind of twist I've been waiting for. It was like a dam had suddenly burst. Takumi's deranged laughter filled the room. Serial killer hiding in a group of students? Only someone with a severely unsound mind would come up with something like that. Threatening messages, serial killers, power saw maniacs. I can't take this. This is so cool. Let's go crazy and start killing each other. Maybe we should let Miss Amamiya handle the killer. You know, fight fire with fire. Or in this case, maniac with maniac. If we need a sacrifice, I volunteer. But I might be so useless, even the killer won't waste time on me. So we're just assuming all this stuff about a killer is true now? I can't keep up. Guys, please, let's not get paranoid. But from now on, if you have to walk around alone at night, be careful. Might be a good idea to keep our infusers with us too. Then we'll be ready to fight back if the killer tries anything. I'm gonna go see what I can do about fixing the biolab window. It'd be a good chance to investigate the scene too. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. I'll go see how Hiruko's doing. I'll let you guys know if I find anything new. Everyone nodded in agreement, and the meeting broke up. First of all, I need to talk to Hiruko. She said she's not feeling well, but hopefully it's nothing serious. Just as I was about to leave the cafeteria... Yes, Takumi? Takumi, you're still here? Seems like that diary was the real deal after all, huh? Don't worry, Takumi. I won't say a thing, it's our little secret. Laughing creepily to herself, Takumi skipped out of the cafeteria. I hadn't mentioned the old diary to anyone either. Wasn't exactly a credible source, and I didn't want to risk making everyone even more paranoid. Anyway, I really need to go talk to Hiruko. Pulled myself together and made my way to the dorm rooms on the roof. Triple dot. No good, huh? Yeah, I was imagining like she's not here, is she? I rang Hiruko's doorbell, but there was no reply. Didn't sound like anyone was moving around inside either. I was reaching toward the bell to ring again, but thought better of it. She's probably sleeping. I'd feel bad for disturbing her. Hiruko sleeping? I don't know, it don't feel right, does it? After the events of last night, I was still pretty worried, but I decided to leave Hiruko be for now. I'll ask her later. Still got plenty to do in the meantime. Reluctantly, I turned away and left to attend to other matters. I already knew where my next stop was going to be. This is where I chased the killer around last night. Well, biolab! Check the biolab! At the time, it had been too dark for me to make out very much, but I had a general idea of where to go. Should be right around here. Began to rummage around in the grass and shrubs, searching for something I'd left behind last night. Yeah, obviously the saw, but you should have still started with the biolab. Like, come on! It took me a while, but I eventually found it. Here it is. This was what I'd been looking for. The power saw I'd taken from the killer and thrown into the bushes during our chase. Okay, so it did happen. That's why I was thinking biolab, you know. Can't just leave this lying around here. I better put it somewhere safe. Hefting up the power saw, I carried it back to the school. Okay, should be good here for now. The metal shop seemed like a good hiding place as any. It was already full of guns and landmines and other lethal-looking objects. I set the power saw down in a corner of the room and stared at it for a moment. Up close, these blades look even bigger and more deadly. I'm glad I didn't get hit. Whoever that had been brandishing this at me and Hiruko, they were definitely out to kill us. But why? What motive could they have possibly had? Again, it's like if there's like the virus, parasite, dead zombie thing going on, you know. It's like dead bodies. I should probably go over the whole incident again. I'll tell the others I've stashed the power saw in here next time we're all together. Closing the metal shop door behind me, I left and went back to my room. Back in my room, I collapsed onto my bed, exhausted. Looking at the clock, I realized half the day was gone already. I knew I ought to be using this downtime wisely to prepare for our next battle, but I just couldn't motivate myself to do any of that today. Still have 3 major mysteries to solve. The first was what happened last night. What was I doing in the biolab with no memory of how I got there? Why was Hiruko being attacked? The second was the person in the strange black suit. I had no idea who they were, what they were doing here, or why. And then the third. My gaze slowly traveled to my desk. I hadn't looked at the strange diary again since putting it away. Couldn't be. Could it? I got up from my bed, opened the desk drawer, and took out the old notebook. Again, yeah, it looks a bit like what we saw. Like the mask aspect. This thing still creeps me out. Kind of deranged person had written these illegible words and scribbled this picture of the killer. Looking at it gave me a weird, sickly feeling inside, like I was being drawn into the madness on the page. That was the signal that the killing was about to begin. And now we're all going to...
Die, 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 die.
Again, I like her voice actor. Tarumi's crazed words welled up in the back of my mind. Are the threatening messages in this diary really connected somehow? I wanted to dismiss it all as a meaningless series of pranks, but I still have doubts I couldn't quite dismiss. Those seeds of suspicion were starting to grow, threatening to choke me from the inside.